Hey friends, welcome to Body with Bree Fitness. Today we're doing an upper body workout. You're going to need dumbbells and you're going to need some bands. We're jumping right into a warm out today. So let's start with inchworms. We're going to do between 3 and 5 depending on, your fitness level and where you're at. Feel free to stop at 5 or stop at 3 depending on what feels good to you. Stretching out those hamstrings, really warming up your good body. If you're new here, my name is Bree. I'm a personal trainer and a mom of 5. I love Jesus with all my heart, and this channel is my attempt to create a healthy, positive space for you guys to work out, bless your body with movement, and create good discipline routines in your life. We're moving on to arm swings. 30 seconds, so about 15 seconds backwards and then 15 seconds forwards. Today's workout is going to be based off of supersets. So what that means is we're going to be doing 2 exercises back to back and then taking a 1-minute rest and then repeating the exercise for a total of 3 sets before we move on to the next. The total workout is about 35 minutes, including your rest periods. Everything will be done along with me, and so listen to your body and stick with me. We are also now just doing a warm-up here. So when we're doing our bicep curl to press overhead, we are using light weight in order to get those shoulders nice and warm for when we use our heavier weight in the rep scheme to come. Just taking a quick rest period here before we do another set of our warm-up. We want to make sure the body is good and warm before we try to lift any heavy weights. And we know that when we want to gain muscle, it's really important that we are lifting effectively, which means we are lifting heavy enough to see change in our body. But if we're not warmed up and we're not doing that first and foremost, we really do risk injury. Especially as a 36-year-old mom, I do not have time for injuries these days, so let's make sure you're good and warm. We're doing some arm circles. After that, we're going to go again into our curl to press. Again, choose a light weight. Even here, I remember this feeling like, oh, this might be too heavy for just a warm-up weight, because by the end of my reps, I was a little bit tired. So we want to be warm, but we don't want to be tired. I just want to take a moment, if you're new here, to let you guys know just what this channel is going to bring and what, will happen in the weeks to come. So I'm hoping to share more workouts that you feel like are fast and effective and also just are uplifting and help encourage you to bless your body. I am a woman who has struggled for years with body image, with binge eating and emotional eating. And after being healed and overcoming that, developing a healthy relationship with exercise took a long time. And so it's my passion to share with you exactly, what I think when I'm working out that honors God and honors my body. We're just finishing up our last set of our warm-up, and then we're going to transition to our first superset. soon as we're done this part of the warm up, as you can see, I lighten my weight. We're gonna move into a bent over reverse fly, and that's gonna be seated, but if you don't have a bench, you can always stand up. After we do that, we're gonna move right into a tricep extension. Again, I am going to sit, but I will show you how you can do these movements standing as well. It's really important that you pick a suitable weight and you start light. You can always increase your weight on the second and third rounds, but just to prevent injury, if you haven't done this before, if you're new to weightlifting, better to be safe than sorry. I'm just letting my body recover from that warm up, and I'm checking my app, which is how I program my workouts and for my clients as well. And I'm going to be entering all of the data that I do today into that workout plan. So I know, how much weight did I lift this week? Did I do better than last week? Am I going to see improvements as the weeks go on? Heading right into our first set. As you can see, I'm bent over. I'm really thinking about pinching right between my shoulder blades, imagining there was like a little pencil that I could try to squeeze with those upper shoulders. I'm really working on finding some music that's more suitable. Of course, I'm like, I want it to be upbeat, but I also was thinking, if you guys know of any places to find Christian music that does not have copyright problems that I'm allowed to use for YouTube, and you're familiar with this, let me know. Someone's got to be out there to let me know. I just would love to be able to work out to Christian music. I do, and then of course when I make it into a YouTube, can't really do that. We are doing our tricep extension overhead. As you can see, I'm doing it seated. The rep scheme is 10 to 12 reps, and honestly, what you need to do is you need to find the number in which you get to where you're feeling very challenged, but that you're not failing at the exercise. So you need to leave about 1 or 2 repetitions left over so that you don't burn out the muscle completely, but you feel like you could not do 2 more successfully. Does that make sense? This is our rest period. 60 to 90 seconds is generally what I recommend to get the workout done quickly. If you're lifting really heavy weights, your rest periods can definitely be longer. So feel free to press pause on this video if you feel like you really pushed it and you need extra time. It takes about 3 minutes for the body's energy stores to completely recover. So when we take a minute rest, we are recovered a little bit, but not fully. And so keep that in mind, as you will feel fatigue as we get further into the sets. Back to our reverse fly. We're going to do again between 10 and 12 reps, getting to that range where it's really challenging, but you're still maintaining good form. Tricep extension, keeping those shoulders really close to the ears and always engaging your core. We don't really remember sometimes how important it is to be watching your posture as you're doing these movements, and really working your abdominals during every single weightlifting movement is actually what's happening when you are doing it correctly and bracing your muscles in a way that is supporting your body. I'm just doing a few stretches. My neck gets a little sore. Waiting my time, 60 to 90 seconds. Starting to prepare the environment for my next set, which I'm going to talk to you guys about here in just 1 minute. We still have one more set of our bent over fly and our tricep extension. Getting ready to start with our last set. Is it even a workout without a dance party between sets? I don't think it is.
This is the moment we waited for. Everything you want is right here. We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year. Shoot 'em my shot, boy, I'm long range. Me and the team on the same thing. Stayed down, never switched up. Only thing changed was the game. I'm in the zone now. Nothing can change what we on now. When I pull up, know it's going down. Foot on the gas, ain't no slowing down. Aiming for greatness, no settling. Kick down the doors, they won't let me in. Taking no else, yeah, I gotta win. Watch me kick down the doors, they won't let me in. Who running the game now? Foot on the gas, can slow down. No, my team, we holding it down. We know we running it now. Watch the game change. Watch the game change.
Last set of tricep extension. I can feel my muscles fatigued here. Can almost not extend at the very end of my set, as you can see. Getting pretty close to failure. Truly, though, that is how we see muscle build. And if you want to change muscle, you're going to have to work hard.
Do not gamble, but bet on me. Tell 'em that's like, yeah, it's still of it. I'm taking a shot for my enemies. I can't waste no more time on my energy. I know.
So after this, we're going to rest for another 60 seconds, and then we're going to get ready to do another superset, which is going to be bicep curls and crunches. The crunches I'm going to do in the video are really good crunches for women who have, just had a baby or are still working on building up their core strength. Of course, you could do weighted crunches if that was something that you wanted and you were more advanced. There's always a way to make movements more advanced. I personally love to just really focus on engaging my core and those internal muscles that we often miss. And so what you'll see is a really small crunch and a very minimal lift of my head off the ground, but I'm really focusing on that mind-muscle connection and building up my core from the inside out. And as a mom of 5, it is truly so important to continue using your muscles. If you don't use your core muscles properly, we will struggle as women with our pelvic floor, especially if we've had babies. Just grab that suitable weight that's really going to challenge you. We're going to be working again in that 10 to 12 rep range. If you only get to 8 reps and realize, oh no, my weight is too heavy, that's also okay too. You can always drop the weight and rest early, or if you're really determined to finish that set, pick up a lighter set of weights and pump out the rest with a lighter set. Heading down to the ground. As you can see, I'm lifting my head just a tiny bit off the ground, but I'm really focusing on engaging my pelvic floor and almost feeling like I'm zipping up my stomach from where my belly button is all the way up to my chest. Not in a sucking in motion though. Let me be clear on that. We are not sucking in. We are squeezing and lifting. We are going to rest that body. When I am in my rest periods, I like to focus on, some of the scripture that I've heard in the morning during my devotion. Right now I'm doing 75 Hard for Jesus. And so what that looks like is I'm listening to a daily sermon and I am doing my Bible time and my devotions each morning. And so during my workouts, I really try to refocus on what I'm doing as worship. And so in my rest periods, I'm kind of thinking about what I've heard today, what I feel like God's talking to me about. And I'm using so much gratitude in every motion that I'm doing with my body, just thankful that I can move and that I have a body that is able. I know you girls are so tempted to skip the rest periods. I know you are because clients tell me this all the time, but if you want to build muscle, you need to practice resting and lifting heavy. second set of bicep curls, keeping those elbows pinned really close to your side. As you can see, I've got one foot behind the other, and that's because I'm using my back foot as kind of a kickstand. Right now, the weight that I've chosen is pretty heavy, and so what I'm wanting is to avoid that swinging motion that sometimes can happen. And as I'm getting close to the end of my reps, I can feel that I am almost failing. So what I might do is either drop my weights and pick up a lighter one, or call it done, go till failure, and rest until the next set. Second set of crunches, anywhere between 10 and 15 reps is suitable. Really focusing on that mind-muscle connection. I don't think we talk about it enough that, even the ability to squeeze individual muscles and be able to connect that to your mind is actually one of the most powerful things you can do while you're strength training, because it does send signals to the muscle to contract. Just resting. Sometimes I take, moments in between the exercises to pray for someone, give thanks for something, think about something that, would be uplifting and encouraging to my body after years of body dysmorphia and really struggling to appreciate my body. It's really, really important to me that I don't let negative thoughts about my body or about fitness or my health enter my mind during my workouts. I've worked really hard to pray through it and combat those. And so now I find that I recite different scripture and just enjoy my good body and know that what I'm doing is an act of worship and showing so much gratitude for the temple that God has given me. I am stretching right now, doing a few because my biceps are starting to kill me and my grip is going to be shot after this workout. About ready to get into that second set. I think at some point I do put the weights down and grab another lighter set of dumbbells. I'm really hoping to get my biceps this year. I want to build those biceps, and I love lifting heavy weights. It just makes me feel so strong. So keep in pushing. Onto the set of abs again. Do your best to track the number of reps that you do and the weight that you use so that you can see yourself improve week to week. When we are focused on just our physical appearance, we often get stuck in that, mindset of not seeing change and then being disappointed. But if you have more to measure than just what you are looking like, you tend to stick to your fitness program a lot longer. And so I like to take track. I like to know, did I do 10 push-ups today? Did I do 20? And see myself progress as I've gone week to week, adding in those repetitions. I record everything in the Body with Bree app, and that's where my clients record their things too. It keeps track of all of your recent weights and all of your personal records so that you can celebrate your wins. So coming up, we're starting a new superset after our rest period. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing some high pulls here with our dumbbells, but you can also decide to do pull-ups instead. So this is the first example of what you can do if you do not have access to a pull-up bar. It's really important for me to work on my pull-ups. It's always been something that I've really struggled with, upper body strength, and so I'm going to opt to do pull-ups in today's workout, but you can choose between the two. When we didn't have a gym, we used to have one of those over-the-door pull-up bars, and the kids loved it, but it was useful in the time that it was needed. I'm really thankful and grateful for the space that we have now, but anything works. As you can see, I'm using a band around my feet. That's because I am not able to do more than 1 or 2 strict pull-ups at this point without assistance. And really you want to get to about repetitions 6 in order to see those strength gains week to week. So I will use the band for as long as I need to get to that point. We're actually going to go down onto a plank right now, and we're going to be doing some Superman type motions here where we're going to be alternating arms and legs. Now I want to give you guys a couple of variations here because obviously not everyone is at the level where they can lift an arm and a leg at the same time. And so if this is very challenging for you, there is so many other options. First of all, you can just do the leg lifts, which I do think I show some modifications coming up here. So putting just your arms down and lifting one leg at a time. You could always just stay in your plank motion and hold a plank. You could lift just the arms if that worked for you. Or if you wanted, you could go down to your knees and practice lifting, each arm one at a time, just like this. Taking this opportunity to do a really good stretch right now. There's something so powerful about being face down on the ground. I feel like it's such a position of surrender. And I just think about times in my life where you just feel so defeated and you have nothing better to do than to lay face down and ask God for help. When we're done resting, you can go back into each one of those exercises, whatever one you've chosen, either the pull-ups or the high pulls. I'm just going to grab my dumbbells here and show you guys again just like what that motion is for the high pulls. Again, we're doing the same rep range, 10 to 12 reps, and I will be doing pull-ups for this because that's what my current goal is, just to get better at those. But these are awesome for you as well. You don't need fancy equipment to get a workout in. You just need some equipment. I guess I'm not doing pull-ups this round. Oh, my brain, you guys. Mom life, it just fries ya. We're moving back down into our alternating leg lift plank situation here. Do your best. Pick a modifier that works for you. Remember to hold your core. It's something that we sometimes forget when we're doing all these different motions at once, is that if we are pushing out our belly while we're doing this, we're not benefiting. Just gonna do a little cat-cow stretch here. This feels so good on my back. Also really wakes up the core. Sometimes I do this one before I start my workouts. Going right into our pull-ups or our high pulls, whichever works for you. I'm definitely not getting 10 or 12 reps in with this band. I might be getting 6 to 8. Pretty fatigued at this point. Just do your best. last set of leg lifts. I think I'm going for 6 on each leg right now for a total of 12. All right, now while we're resting, I'm gonna chat with you guys about how we are starting our push-up challenge for the next round. So what we're gonna be doing is 3 rounds of push-ups for 30 seconds, and I really want you to watch right here. I'm gonna show you a few different options for your modifications. This is for those new postpartum moms or those of you that have not worked your core in a very long time, either against a wall or against a bench. Being, on this incline is a safe way for your core and will really help you at the beginning of your journey. So I'm going to quickly show you guys a second option for your push-up challenge, and that would be just on your knees. Sorry, the video is sort of cutting me out here, but you probably have seen knee push-ups before. All right, get set up. Move your weights out of your way. Make sure there's nothing there that's going to possibly hurt you. And let's track how many push-ups we get in 30 seconds. Three, two, one, and go. Start your push-ups. Keep that bottom down if you are doing them with straight back. I'm enjoying the tricep push-ups right now. Really, you can choose whichever version works for you. Triceps obviously work your triceps a bit more. If you're going to be doing a wider arm push-up, that's going to be more targeted towards your chest. So really, it depends on what you're working on and what skill you are trying to develop. I checked the time because I'm maxed out already, but I was like, I have a few more seconds and we rest. Whew. Take that whole rest. You're going to notice by the third set that it's going to be really challenging. This is one of the workouts from my challenge group that we've been doing this September. Checking my time because we are almost ready for our second round. Three, two, one, and start. So I maxed out before our time, and I just decided that that was going to be my number. So I get a little extra few seconds of a break, and that's okay. So the girls have been doing a 6-week September Reset Challenge, which is going super amazing, and it's all done through my app. I will have some upcoming challenges if you guys are interested. Most recently, I've announced that I'll be doing a 75 Hard for Jesus challenge starting October 1st, 2024. These challenges will be, ongoing. So if you miss the start date, it's really no big deal. You can jump in. It's not about, doing things perfectly, and it's definitely not the 75 hard that you would think it is. But really, it's truly about, aligning your disciplines and your heart and your food and fitness with what God has in store for you. And so if you want support in that and you're hoping to find someone who can help you, guide you, keep you inspired for your daily Bible time, just check out the link in the description box and head on over to the Facebook group and we will welcome you with open arms. We're heading into our third set here. Sorry girls, I forgot to count you in because I'm an imperfect person. Get as many as you can in those 30 seconds. You're almost done. You're doing an amazing job. Nice. We're going to be doing some cool down stretches here in just a minute or two. Not too much. I don't do a large cool down, not as much as a warm up, but just a few stretches that will feel good and help you get on with your day. If you enjoyed this workout, please comment below. Let me know if you did this workout, what you'd like to see next from my channel. Next week, we're going to be doing a video on just, daily habits that I do as a Christian mom that serve me and help me to stay in alignment with what God wants for me every day. And so that'll be fun to share. It's going to be vlog style, but I'm really hoping that I can get more of these workouts out if you guys enjoyed them. Please let me know what kind of workouts you want to see. What would help you in your journey with fitness and faith? And if you're really struggling to find a routine that's simple and easy and effective, please reach out because I can give you guys a free week in my app so you can try, some of the workouts in there. It's really easy to follow. And after the free week, it's something like less than $6 per week Canadian to join. So no pressure. You can always cancel, but sometimes it's fun to get a free week and see if it's a good fit. We also do weekly coaching calls where we chat about all things food, body, faith, fitness, nutrition, and how to overcome some of the hurdles and roadblocks that we see with our health. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me over on Instagram at Body with Bree Fitness. If you're still here loving this cool down stretch, I absolutely love putting my arm against the bar and just really stretching out my pectoral muscle in my shoulder. It feels so good. Switching sides now. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you guys had a great workout and we'll see you guys next time.